Good morning, everybody. This concludes our week 3 work. The reading from Midsummer Night's Dream, obviously. Back to our old idea. So, Act 3, Scene 1, lines 64 to 194. Here we have Puck watching the actors rehearse. Obviously, this is the interaction between the fairy world and the world of the mechanicals. And the whole idea is centered around the idea of acting, playing, pretending, reality, and theatricality. So keep those ideas in mind. We have several. Obviously, Puck speaks in asides; they can't hear him, and then we see the results of the misused juice upon Titania's eyelids when she falls in love with Bottom. So, starting from line 74, 70, yes, about 73, 74, it's Puck's speech. So, Puck, what hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause. Quince. Speak, Pyramus, and Thisbe stand forth. Bottom. Thisbe, the flowers of odious savour sweet. Odorous, odorous. Odorous savour sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear. Puck. Stranger Pyramus than e'er played here. Flute. Must I speak now? Quince. Ay, marry, must you, for you must understand he goes to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again. Flute. Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of colour like the red rose on triumphant briar, most risky Juvenal and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb. Nina's tomb, Nina's tomb. Why, you must not speak that yet, you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past, it is never tire. Flute. Oh, as truest horse that yet would never tire. Bottom. If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine. Quince. Monstrous! Oh, strange! We are haunted. Pray, masters, fly, masters, help! Puck. I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn. Bottom. Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard. Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee? Bottom, what do you see? You see an owl head of your own, do you? Quince. Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee, thou art translated. Bottom. I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, and they shall hear I am not afraid. The owls or cocks so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throsser with his note so true, the wren with little quill. Titania. What angel wakes me from thy flowery bed? The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note full many a man did mark, and dares that answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie that we cry cuckoo never so? Titania. I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamoured of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee. Bottom. Methinks, mistress, you should have had little reason to that, and yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbours will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion. Titania. Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful. Bottom. Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I would have enough to serve mine own turn. Titania. Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep, and I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed. Ready? And I, and I, and I. Where shall we go? Titania. Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers crops their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise, and pick the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies. Hail, mortal, hail, hail, hail. I cry your worships mercifully, I beseech your worship's name. Cobweb. I should desire with you more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman, Peas Blossom. I pray you commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Peas Blossom, I should desire of you more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir, Mustard Seed. Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That samely coward-like, giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed. Titania. Come, wait upon him, lead into my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently. Example. NC. Okay, so here is the interaction then between a member of the mechanicals into the world of the fairies. The first part of the scene, Puck is watching the mechanicals rehearse, and by Puck's trick, an ass's head, a donkey's head, is placed upon Bottom, and so that causes the scene of terror on the part of the other mechanicals who say fly, masters, fly, etc., etc. You will notice in the first part of the scene that they still are making the most grossest mistakes in their rendering of Pyramus and Thisbe, which again shows that they are incapable of dealing with a form such as tragedy. They miss their cues, they're late, they miss the words, they use the malapropisms. They're obviously not fitted for this kind of action. Then Puck comes in, and Bottom with the arse head on just before line 100. Now, obviously, there's a nice joke between ass and arse. Bottom, obviously, je vous fais pas un dessin. Because the word for the posterior is arse, which is very close to ass, and donkey, obviously, is the other word. Donkeys also were supposedly to have extraordinarily sized male attributes. I will not go into more detail. I think you know what I mean. So there's again, Elizabethans were very much less hung up about this than we are today. These are big, stupid, dirty jokes, and the audience would have loved them. So don't miss out on the funnies, because this is all what it's about. There are many references to animals here, and animals are bestial creatures, as you know, who are concerned with the foremost desires of eating, drinking, sleep, and sex. So that's what's happening when we are given the ideas of animals as a metaphor in such a passage as this. So they all run away, all the mechanicals run away, but Titania then spies Bottom as the first thing she sees, having the juice on her eyes. Obviously, she realizes that this is the person she will fall in love with, and therefore more confusion to be had on the part between the two worlds that were not supposed to mix. They're supposed to be separate. Because of Puck's interference, Titania is now in love with Bottom. Thank you very much. We'll be on to week 4 soon. Bye-bye.